I hope you're ready for a very spooky episode because the Halloween edition of Gay Weekly Roundtable starts now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Let's go right into it.
Let's do it.
I was so excited to hear the song, and there was none. And perhaps that's because
it's spooky.
Oh.
Thrice the burning water stove and boil and bake.
Get ready for a very spooky episode. The Halloween edition of Gay Weekly Roundtable starts now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you just levitated right now.
I am right now. I don't have a chair. I don't have a chair.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gay Weekly Roundtable. We are your hosts. I'm Adam Salandra. You can find me at Adam Salandra, and please do.
Hi,
Tony.
I'm Tony Moore, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
And I am Blake McIver, and you can find me across the social medias at Blake McIver. I've decided I'm saying it like this every time. And we're very excited because we have a wonderful special guest today, comedian, actor extraordinaire, Monsieur Justin Martindale. Welcome to Gay Weekly Roundtable.
I know, I love it. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here. I feel like I'm like, and I like our Halloween-themed microphones.
Yes,
No, these are just our everyday microphones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
just regular
Good
everyday.
to know.
We
It's
do
like,
what we can.
They went all out.
Yeah.
Justin is joining us at the table today. We're sad to miss you, Yael, but we're here with Justin.
Sorry about it.
Our spooky correspondent. Guys, first of all, I have to just acknowledge I am wearing a Sophia Petrillo shirt.
I would vote for her.
That says, vote for her for president. I voted today. I won't be here before the election, so now's my time to say, vote.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
enough
if you
of
can
that.
vote for a reality star, you can sure as hell
Reality
vote
star.
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump.
For a passed away
You can vote
fictional
for a
character.
ghost,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
In fact,
Indeed.
don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
We'll write it in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Picture it.
Picture it.
Picture it, Sicily, 1922. Anyway, although I could talk about my shirt for an hour, let's
We
talk
won't.
about the topics. It's almost Halloween, the high gay holiday. Or is it, Blake? We
No,
watched
it-
Real O'Neills.
It is.
I agree.
It is. It is a high holiday.
Do you feel it in the air?
I do.
Today was
Oh,
the
I
first
can
day
feel
that it's
it.
like
Yeah.
spooky.
Is that-
Gloomy. Hands moving.
There's like a drop of rain outside, which makes California drivers
It's all
insane.
that matters.
Oh, it's scary. But yeah, no. So okay, so let's dive right in. So we had the Halloween episode. It's one of my favorite things about this time of year is Halloween episodes of our favorite shows.
Roseanne.
Hello. So the Real O'Neills did a Halloween episode. We watched it together, Justin and I. We loved it. It
was great.
Thought it was fantastic. And then, sure enough, the next day, the media
Outrage.
They were upset about everything. They were upset about the opening sequence and the football metaphor, which was phenomenal, and I wanted to live in that music video.
Yeah.
Then there was complaints about the Beyonce drag towards the end of the episode. There were complaints about the storyline with the mom and the throwing shade, and it was so negative and blah 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 blah. I just think everyone needs to calm down. My take on it is we presented many different types of gay expression through the Halloween holiday.
Yeah.
There were even people that were mad. Well, there were even people that were mad because they said that it was that Halloween was the gay Super Bowl because I guess a faction of homosexuals said no, the gay Super Bowl is the Oscars.
Calm down.
And they were like, it's the World Series. It was like, we don't talk sports, so we don't need to fight about this. You're missing the point.
The Super Bowl to me is one big giant concert with commercials.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
With some game where they throw some sort of ball and do like I don't.
It's who's the televised concert.
Yeah.
Like that's
And this year or next year's Lady Gaga.
the Gaga.
So
They did
gay once again.
Joanne
They draw
Bowl,
us in
if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, it's just further upset for me that like we just can't be happy about.
No one's happy.
Here we've got a primetime comedy on ABC. Like that is celebrating young gay culture, which is new. Like there wasn't anyone like Kenny on television when I was in high school. Like I can't imagine how much nicer / easier it would have been if I'd had this like, you know, for want of a better word, role model. I love that they're celebrating his queerness. I love that they're celebrating his parts of him that are stereotypical.
I'm obsessed with his
celebrate.
eyebrows. He's the best eyebrows on TV. Sorry.
That's important.
Like I celebrate parts of myself that could be perceived as stereotypes, and I think that's powerful. You know, I think that takes the
Otherwise,
negativity
perhaps
out
you're
of it.
denying it and then not being authentic. Also, why does it have to speak for every gay man that's the gay Super Bowl? Like, obviously, we're very different, which is a great thing.
Some gay guys watch the Super Bowl and actually care about the teams.
That's fine.
And that's fine. That's their gay Super Bowl. The actual Super Bowl.
Oh, that's a beautiful
Good for them.
point.
And there are others like me who are looking forward to the musical acts.
Right.
Well, and there are others like me that just have to watch Diana Ross leave in the helicopter before I watch anyone else's halftime show.
See, not me.
Because I just have to like clean the palette.
Levels. But wait, why were they mad about the mom storyline?
Tony Moore knows.
Yes.
Well, okay. So Martha Plimpton's character.
I'm right here.
Oh my God, it's so great that she like joined us today. Just imagine a blonde. No, just imagine a blonde. Put a blonde wig on that face. He is Martha Plimpton.
I'm in shock.
It's like Martha Plimpton, like Rene Russo fantasy.
It is the perfect crossover.
You're
I
welcome.
love that.
Trick or treat.
But I guess the upset was her whole storyline is she starts getting accepted by the gay kids at the gay party because she's insulting them and they think she's throwing shade, but she's actually just really insulting them, and so she becomes popular for like the wrong reason for a hot minute until she shuts the whole thing down when she sees Kenny kiss a boy, which I just thought there were a bunch of layers and a bunch of real things going on there. And then they have this amazing conversation, Kenny and Mom, at the end, where it was sort of like about being your authentic self. And Kenny actually got to say the line, well, if I can't be me here, then I can't be here.
Right.
And that's so many gay kids have that very struggle. So I thought the way they wrapped it up was really beautiful. And I think everyone needs to calm down a little bit.
Everyone
Instinct magazine, I'm looking at you.
Well, and what was the thing too? They were like,
Shame.
They were like, it's not. Halloween is gay Christmas. I'm like, no, that's just Christmas.
Isn't it gay enough?
Yeah, I'm like, geez, come on.
Also, was it a presidential debate where someone said this and it's like important, or was it a sitcom?
Right.
Which is also
I
important.
mean, what's the difference now?
Well,
like,
that's
a debate
who
or a
can
sitcom?
tell?
Who
Actually,
cares?
I mean, I feel like for some reason in this day and age, like people just find something to complain about instead of just enjoying the entertainment as what it is. And it's when it comes to television and these stories, you're entering into their world, whatever world that these writers, you know, create. And as an audience, you just simply sit there with open arms and just go into their world
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
experience what they're experiencing and just enjoy it, and then go have a cookie later.
Right.
Have a cookie. If you're upset, have a cookie. If you love it,
And the end all of this is like, if you don't like a show, change the channel.
Change the
Like, I
channel.
happen to love The Real O'Neill, so I will continue watching.
correct.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch
We're looking
the
at you, million moms.
Oh,
I didn't watch the episode. However, I did watch clips because I did have friends who were in that opening episode with
With the dance?
Oh, the
dance and everything
dancers.
like that. And I did see a clip of him dressed as the Beyonce,
Yeah.
which I thought was amazing.
Hysterical.
And the whole shade thing. And I'm like, you know what? I get it, because a lot of people don't understand what shade is. They think that it is just insulting.
Right.
But in the gay community, it's like, I can shade you and you recognize it as shade. Not
Right.
really insulting, but almost
No.
slightly telling the truth. But there's an understanding about that. So I'm glad that they explored that.
You just like did that better than how they define it in Paris is Burning.
it's true.
That was really good.
Good for you, Tony.
Good for you.
I am the queen of shade.
Yes,
There
come
goes
through.
the tea.
As he sips
Wait,
that tea.
okay, I really don't want to ask, but why were they upset about the Beyonce costume?
Just
A white
Like a
kid in
racing,
drag, like
yeah,
Beyonce.
you know.
Well, this isn't the first time I've heard of a controversy when it comes to Beyonce's formation, because Amy Schumer just did like a parody
Yes,
of,
that was
of the
problematic,
video
yeah.
that is on Tidal, by the way. And people were saying like how insulting it is because of what the song stands for and things like that. And the people that brought it up were the hosts of The Real, which I love that show, by the way. And Lonnie said it best. Like, she understands that, like, yes, there are a group of women, as far as like black women, who would be upset about this, and we can't take their feelings away from them. But at the same time, it's like, she meant no harm.
No, it's a
about
tribute.
It. It's
It's
really
the
just
opposite of harm, I
celebrating.
feel.
Right.
Yeah, it's just celebrating.
It's not like
being
Goldie
together
Hawn's
and getting
like,
together.
I'm bored. Let's be racist.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah,
Well, and when something
yeah.
makes that big of a cultural impact, like,
Right.
that's telling.
Yeah.
That's telling that there's parodies.
She was doing it as like, let's all be empowering women. There were several female comedians in that video with
including
her.
Wanda Sykes.
Yes,
Yes.
Wanda Sykes was in it for sure. It's like,
Yes.
come on.
So it wasn't like she whitewashed
they're
the
all-
whole thing
No, they're
and
just
made
they
that
had
point.
they had a break in between takes, and because they're shooting a movie down there in the South, and they were like, let's just
have fun.
have a little fun.
Yeah. Now,
like-
if they were in blackface, that would be a
That would be a problem.
And that's what I'm saying.
That would
exactly,
be a
like,
problem.
Yeah.
That is a different
Oh,
story.
yes.
But as a tribute, anywho.
Yeah.
Anywho, speaking of dressing up. As,
Yes. Well, speaking
Yes.
of tributes and things,
Yeah.
it is Halloween,
Right.
and so I saw a very interesting article where CJ, who is a 9-year-old
Can't even read the word.
gender non-conforming youth. That's what it
A
is.
gender
non-conforming.
It's hard for us kids, but
Yes.
we support you.
But he is dressing up as his hero, Bob the Drag Queen, who
Okay.
was the season 8 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race. And his mom, Lori, blogged about his costume choice on her blog, Raising My Rainbow, with the post.
Oh, that is precious.
The post is titled Trick or Treating Purse First. And
Yes.
she says that CJ is a boy who only likes girl stuff and wants to be treated like a girl. So it's really hard to find heroes for him and for him to see people he identifies with publicly in the media and in pop culture. His Uncle Michael helped him with his look, including a replica of the iconic purse. So I want to know from you guys, like, how do you guys feel about, kids dressing up as whatever for Halloween, and do you think that society will be open to accepting this when that doorbell rings and little Martha sees CJ standing there as Bob the Drag
Well,
Queen?
it
Well,
depends on
Martha's
the-
not going to know
my
about
favorite,
That's what I was gonna say.
my favorite part about this article is that the boy already has his whole like shtick down. He said
Yes.
he said that when they open the door, he's just going to be standing to the side of the door and purse first.
Obsessed. And you know what? When I
So,
read
like,
it, I
he
don't know why
gets
this
it.
was like emotional for me, but he wouldn't tell anyone what his costume was.
Oh, yeah.
So his mom was very worried that meant like he was embarrassed, and then finally he was like,
She
"No,
was
I just
like,
don't
"No,
want
I-
to steal it."
That's how I am. Like, listen,
Come
when
through.
I dressed
Right.
up as Bugs Bunny and I knocked on the door and I was like, "What's up, Doc?" That was my thing. I didn't
You were
want
planning,
anyone
and
to
you,
tell
yeah, no
anyone.
one's gonna know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of my Halloween costumes, let me show you guys.
Wait, did you say
what I do.
plural? You had costumes.
Costumes.
Yeah.
She does costumes. Well, this one, this first one here, I wanted to be Elsa.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had to figure out how to be her, but I didn't want to do drag and everything like that. So I made like a male version of Elsa. And I did this at my work. I transformed my desk into a winter wonderland. She was fully committed.
That is amazing.
Yes. Let the storm rage on.
Yes, and it usually does. And then this one was my Medea costume.
Come on, boo.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I love this.
So, like, for me, Halloween is such hello, good day.
Hello.
For me, Halloween is just such a fun time just to be like whomever you want to be.
Absolutely.
And I personally like the fact that CJ celebrates this, and he's just like, I want to be something fun, and I want to be something that I identify with. So if Bob the Drag Queen is it, then by all means.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, the kids are all right.
Luckily, it wasn't Nicole Page Brooks, you know.
Oh.
No one wants to be her.
Shade.
The shade of it.
The shade.
And that, children, is shade.
I mean, I do hope that we're getting to a place where kids can just express whatever they want to. You know?
I remember one of my favorite memories is my mom would get me ready for Halloween, and she painted my face, but she was really good at it, and she made me a werewolf, and she spent so much time, and it looked so good, and she cut up some jeans. We didn't have a lot of money when I grew up. And so blew out my hair, and I went to the elementary school, middle school as this teen wolf, you know. And people were like, what are you supposed to be? And I was like, I'm a werewolf. And it was just such a pride thing. It was just it was that mother-son bonding. And so I give props to the mom on this one and Uncle Michael as well.
Yes, Uncle Michael.
There's more parents out there like that.
And I feel like, you know...
what if he wants to grow up to be a werewolf? It's like, come on. I don't know. What if he howls at the moon?
Oh my God, no. But I feel like, you know... you don't have to, boys don't have to dress in military fatigues and you know, and police officers, and girls don't have to be princesses. And, if a girl wants to dress as a police officer, why not? Or a football player, why not?
Right.
If a guy wants to be a cheerleader, or not to sexify cheerleaders because those are just a little skanky, but
everything is skanky here.
Yeah, this is true. But whatever you want to dress as, just do it.
Yeah.
But also on the Real O'Neills, the other son was straight. It was they were fine with him being a woman.
Right.
The gay part.
Right.
So maybe, I don't know if that's a thing for parents, but maybe they can assume.
2 years ago when I was Dina Jones from Dreamgirls,
I remember that.
My mother was not the most comfortable with that of all of my looks.
But
you better believe
it could get
she
worse
lived her best life.
better.
Yes.
I bet she did. What are y'all being this year? I personally don't know yet, which is a shame.
I think I'm going to a party this Saturday as just a kid from the 90s.
Always a fun choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love a period.
I always go with something terrifying.
That's great.
I always go with
Lindsay Lohan Mean
Are you
Girls.
dressed up already?
I'm dressed up already.
Shame.
That children was shame.
Ready? There we go.
I thought you were going to do the rattlesnake, and I was going to be
good.
so jealous.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're good.
I'm going as the nun from The Conjuring 2. Little specific.
Very specific.
It's
And
terrifying.
frightening.
And
Yes.
frightening. Yeah. So I actually have to go get contacts and makeup after this, so I can just
Live your
I just
life.
want something that says, don't have sex with me at this Halloween party. Kind of like now.
Oh, okay.
So
I see.
keeping it.
I'm going for the opposite approach with the
No
slut.
doubt.
I can't actually even say the name of my costume on the
yeah.
air, but
That
it is a very
is
gay
amazing.
Luke Skywalker, and he is Luke Star.
I love it, and I feel very left
Interesting.
behind. Everyone has great ideas.
What are you going to be?
I guarantee you, I will open the old wig bin, which for some reason doesn't
I
exist
love
in my
the
home.
wig bin.
And there will be a wig on and just whatever clothes.
Oh, I
and that'll be
love finding a good wig for Halloween.
That's all that matters, really. At the end
When
of the
I
day.
It's my favorite part. I have a wig for Luke. I don't even need. I could just style my hair.
yeah, no, that's amazing.
But I'd rather wear a wig.
I appreciate that.
Wigs are amazing. When I was a rocker a couple of years ago, I found this long, black wig that looked real good on me.
You said don't
Yes.
mind.
And it's and anytime someone said my name, it was always,
What? Yes.
what?
I'm always
Actually-
twirling it.
Oh my God!
stroking it.
I'm always like this,
Yeah,
just
always
the
for
same.
whatever reason.
Yep.
Actually,
feels
I
right.
do that even when I don't have a wig.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's all right. Live your truth.
Yeah.
And have y'all ever had a purse as a costume? Because convenient.
Oh my God!
Oh my
I couldn't
gosh, the
believe it.
greatest,
Oh,
right?
as Medea, I had my
You had your
I had
handbag.
a purse, and oh my God,
Game changer.
I felt like I could stick. I just want to stick everything in there.
Oh, we're talking about your purse?
Shade.
This is fun. I wish we had a sound effect.
But they are super convenient. You can fit anything in there.
It's great.
Oh my lord, my
And
lord.
the jokes keep coming.
And they just
Seriously.
keep rolling out.
rolling in. Well, I'm gonna have some shopping to do, but I might
Yes.
not. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. But I'm trying to find like a really good, in case I don't do anything, like scary movie to watch. That's like new. I love them, but I've stopped watching them. But
I can't do scary movies.
I can't. I love them all.
can't.
I watch them all. I love them all. Even the bad ones.
Not I said the cat. Just give me Hocus Pocus and I'm good.
Thank you. I'm the same way.
Well,
Young
guys-
Frankenstein, Hocus Pocus. I'm good to go.
Yep.
I went to Hocus
done.
Pocus at the El Capitan,
Oh,
and so
so
there was a live.
nice.
I guess it wasn't drag show; they were probably real women, but it felt like a drag show to me at first. And
Yeah.
I loved it. Speaking of scary movies,
Yes.
you're gonna have to help me.
I will.
because I actually don't even know a lot of these, but these are the most homoerotic horror films,
Yes.
of which there's a lot.
Yeah, we can
guys,
discuss
who
them.
knew? Yes, please. So the first one is Hostel.
Yeah.
You feel
I've
that?
seen them. Yeah.
Apparently, there's a foursome,
Yeah.
and the two guys are looking at each other during it.
Yes.
But I'm sure they don't make it out alive.
that.
So,
It's
yeah, I
Eli
haven't.
Roth's film. It's like they go out of town and like, oh no, and like these like underground people would like steal tourists or buy them. All it's kind of like a black market thing where they're like, oh, I just really want to like torture and kill an American. Here's some money, and they like take them into a room and cut them up and all that stuff.
Very gruesome, I thought.
Creepy.
Sounds like the gay dolphin rape cave.
Yeah.
Oh, this one I'm very excited about based on the pictures, but I haven't seen it. The Covenant. I don't know if we'd call it a horror film,
I
but it
feel
was
like that's on your
the
list of things to
male
watch.
version of The Craft.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It's just like a Ryan Murphy pilot that didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a lot of shirtless boys. Taylor
It is, yeah.
Kitsch.
This week's episode of Gay Weekly Roundtable is brought to you by the word shade.
Truly. Actually, next time you're just going to be on the couch,
I
just
know.
popping in with a shade and then back.
Yes.
Just with a
that's
very
your
large
job.
parasol.
Exactly. Which suits you well. Oh, excuse me. I have to rub my eye before I announce this. American Psycho.
Yeah.
That one speaks for
Yeah,
itself.
now that one, yes.
I didn't see that.
That
but
was-
judging by this GIF here, like
He's
he
very
is
naked and
into
sexy.
himself.
I watched this with my cousins at my grandmother's house, and I think I had a different reaction than they probably had, but I was like, okay.
Don't you see his wiener in that one when he's in the tanning booth?
I
don't
doubt
think
it
you see
because I think I
full
would never have been
frontal.
the same. And
Yeah.
actually, I probably watched it on TV, so maybe it was cut out.
Who knows?
Yeah, but there's definitely that scene where he's like talking about all his facial products and the things that he uses, and then he's like having sex with that woman, and he's looking in the mirror and he's like flexing, and you're like, I'm not mad at it.
It's
I'm not mad at it.
pretty sexy.
Yeah.
The Talented Mr. Ripley's on the list.
That's not a horror film.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
thought it was
homoerotic.
frightening.
But yeah, it's
Definitely
more than
homoerotic.
he is a homosexual.
Yeah.
I am gonna skip all these ones I really don't know. Interview with a Vampire. No,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Duh.
delicious.
Yes.
Antonio Banderas with that candle.
Oh, come through.
I'd like to know if it was by any chance not supposed to be homoerotic, because what a happy accident that
Well,
would have been.
vampires are just gay,
Yeah.
aren't they?
I mean,
I feel like they
Or,
have to.
or in this day and age, would there be a different word for them, like polyamorous?
There'd be-
They're
Oh.
non-vampire conformists.
Yes.
Right.
that.
Yeah.
They're
I was made this way. Not born. I was made. I was made this way.
Yes.
very
Well,
insightful.
you're-
I was
Jen.
I was
this way.
turned this
Well,
way.
yes.
You don't
Thank
want to
you.
offend the vampire community.
That's very
No.
true.
We
Ruby,
don't.
they're writing in as we speak.
Right.
Please leave your angry comments below.
Yes. Send us your hate tweets, vampires.
Jeeper.
Jeepers Creepers 2? Yeah.
You're a true fan. Now listen.
Yes.
It looks like it's just a bunch of. It says high school basketball players, but no clothes needed. They're on
They
a
all laid
trip.
on the bus. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
Yep,
at.
Yep.
I guess I have my list. I don't know why I asked for suggestions. I clearly have my list. Right?
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
I feel like when I go to your house, there is a horror section and then there's a homoerotic horror
Right.
section.
Yes. Yes. It's just a bunch of
and
like,
no other films.
That's it. Yeah. No.
That's it.
It's just horror
That's it.
and like the Red Shoe Diaries. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh my god, the Red Shoe
Oh
Diaries.
yes. Give me Cinemax
that a horror
or give
movie?
me death.
No.
Oh, that's
No.
that's the sexy one.
Yeah,
Cinemax.
you know all about Red Shoe Diaries. Don't try to have
I don't, but I do know about Cinemax.
You don't act like you don't know about the Red Shoe Diaries.
Yes.
Well, tell me more.
Mom and Dad would go on a date. They're
wait.
like, I got Cinemax.
Oh, no, that is true.
That has to be
Absolutely. I
off
just
camera.
missed this specific movie.
And you like
Unfortunately.
It was
the-
a series.
The couple would like start like messing around. You're just like,
Oh, you better believe it.
You're like, get out of here, lady.
Yeah, I was like, it's fine.
I think I saw something. Channel 99. Oh, those squiggly lines.
Exactly. Oh, beautiful times. The number one on the list is A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, this I haven't seen,
You
but I
agree
did
with
read
that?
about this
Yes.
last year, that the writer, I believe, the screenwriter was gay, and he infused it with subtext, but apparently a ton.
There's a whole bunch. There's a scene where he has this like fantasy about his high school coach. And
he's like in the
his
showers
his
getting
coach
whipped or
is in the
something.
shower. Well, it's like Freddy like lashing him on the back, and he's like and then there's like a whole like he goes into like a leather bar in one of his dream sequences, and his friend is over him in his bed, and like and they're like this like really close, and it's definitely one of those movies where you're just like, what are these feelings?
That's good. Thank God you were here, because I literally brought up a topic that I knew nothing about, and you were there to talk about each one.
And for all your lesbian fans,
Yes,
which
please.
I'm sure there's thousands of them, the Descent is one as well, and that's where a bunch of ladies go spelunking like you do,
Like
which is
you do.
cave dwelling,
Sure.
and like the Carolinas, and there's like all these mutant people. Like that's a scary movie, by the way.
You endorse it.
I endorse the Descent.
This is why
to
I
know.
don't do scary movies.
I love it.
Oh, I'll be doing this
Some
list.
Appalachian realness. Yeah.
My number one scariest type trope of movie. If you like out in the woods with like rednecks, gotta go. Terrified of that because it's real life. That's scary.
It's
Anyone
real
watching
life,
horror stories?
I
we
mean,
just watched
those
it.
cannibals in the woods.
Yes,
Ooh.
it is heating up. You'd be too scared. Don't you do that?
You
a
know
lot.
what?
It's a lot.
Michael Jackson's Thriller still scares
Was that
me.
it?
It is scary. It's scary. Well, Justin asked me over on the way over here what I thought was the scariest movie ever.
And he had the best response.
I said The Aviator.
You would. I didn't see it.
Leonardo DiCaprio's The Aviator.
You know, the movie about Howard Hughes. Well, because
I know.
personal revelation time. I have a little OCD, but I was undiagnosed at the time this movie came out. And so towards the end of the movie, they kind of make it like you're seeing what he's seeing and like you're going crazy as he's going crazy. And so the lights came up in the theater and I'm like in the fetal position rocking in my seat. And my mom's like, did we watch the same movie? I'm like, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, so you're like legit. It is in fact your number one scariest movie.
It scared me more than The Ring.
Oh my gosh. Oh, The Ring was. Well, Child's Play did it for me.
Oh, that's great.
because I'm a child of the '80s, and I had a My Buddy doll, which looked very similar to
Chucky.
No, they did. I do remember that.
And I remember watching that, and I immediately went to my room, grabbed it, threw it down the hall, scared my sister because I threw it low, so it looked like it was like
scurrying.
Smart move. Even in your fear, you were like, "I'll still get a little scare in here."
Yeah. So no, can't do.
No, thank you.
I can't do scary movies. No,
Guys,
sorry.
I'm very excited about our Twitter question of the week.
Oh,
Okay, what is it?
ML Jur, I believe, is the person. My apologies if it's wrong, but it is.
It's probably a vampire, and I was even more pissed off at you.
I'm not going to make it out alive, but it's fine. What a way to go.
No, who would make it out of alive in a scary movie? Me.
Yeah, well, no, you'd be dead in the first 5 seconds.
The first credit.
Yeah.
Scary movie.
You'd be like, hey,
and that's the end of you.
Yes.
No, this is going back to the first topic. What is your gayest Halloween memory? I thought about it, so I'll go first. And my gayest, there's no boys involved. It's when I brought a girl to college, an old girlfriend for Halloween, and we were getting, I wouldn't call it hot and heavy on the bed, but she was ready to go there. I was not. And I was like, oh my God, there's my like contacts burning or there's something in my eye. So I kept running to the bathroom because for some reason, couldn't get there. I couldn't make it happen.
Good. Where were you going?
I was going to a very special woman place.
To the happy moment.
It didn't happen that night, but let me
Were you going to Baskin Robbins for ice cream?
I would have been thrilled. It
I'm
was
so evil. I'm just trying to get him to say it.
vagina. I mean, I was really trying to think of a creative way, but vagina is easy to say. Anyway, guys, if it was a hot boy in my bed in college, my eye could have been falling out of the socket and I would have stuck
You would have
around.
been
So,
fine.
as it turns out, I was gay. But
Shocker.
that was a pretty
Spoiler
gay Halloween
alert.
moment. This was actually a very attractive girl.
What were
just
you
to do it
dressed
for you.
as in this? I'm like trying to piece
God,
this
great
story
question.
together.
Michael Jackson.
There we go.
So there you go. It all fits.
Well,
And there is all that.
Tony.
That's so awkward on so many levels.
So
I
many.
was dressed as Michael Jackson trying to get with a woman,
Yeah.
and it didn't feel right.
Yeah, I know. It's really something.
It's layered.
Thank you for letting me share that in a safe space.
How young was she? I'm just kidding.
Stop.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of my gayest Halloween, but I think it only existed in my mind.
That counts.
When I worked a 9 to 5, my office was all about Halloween. And I really, really, really wanted someone to say, for Halloween this year, the girls are dressing up as guys and the guys are dressing up as girls. Because I had what I was going to wear if that were to happen.
But that needed to be the case.
Yeah, like I was going to find a 100% human hair lace front wig, giving you
Lace
like
front fantasy.
yes,
Find
giving
or
you
pull
like
from that bin in your room.
true
Exactly.
and like I was gonna give you executive realness, like
Yes.
you know, like face beat for the gods, like body adi like pencil skirt,
Tailored,
high heels,
honey.
and like literally walk in like Miranda Priestley. That moment never happened, but in my mind,
It was great.
sickening.
You killed.
Sickening.
Well, why don't you make it happen now that it's like
Yeah, it's not too late.
it's you're a new man to be a new woman.
Well, I mean, I've already been that before.
Oh, your dream was so vivid.
It was very vivid.
All right.
Very vivid.
It's beautiful. Do you
Not
guys-
that kind of vivid, but vivid.
Yeah, right. Different kind.
Mine's all I mean, I don't really have one.
You're living it right now?
I feel like mine is always every Halloween. It's like the gayest night. I just
right,
love
right.
Halloween.
Exactly,
I love
right.
the way it feels.
It
I
feels
like,
so right.
I like the cape. Like I usually wear a cape, something flowing.
I like the capes.
Like I've dressed up as Helen and
Helen.
Madeline Ashton, and
That's
like, I've
amazing.
I mean,
actually, a great idea.
last year I was like this woman from Botched. Like I would just walk around. Like I like scary theatrics. I went as like this weird like Aquaman one year with an ex of mine. Like he went as a dragon and I went as like this crazy like anime Aquaman with blue hair, and the Asians loved it. Of
course.
Like we
My
couldn't go
favorite of
anywhere.
yours, though, was before I knew you, that I saw on one of your social media platforms when you went as Hurricane Sandy.
I did go
The year after Hurricane Sandy, like literally dressed as Olivia Newton-John from Grease with a bunch of debris.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was her. It was the easiest
And I
costume.
was like,
Kind of brilliant.
I want to be friends with him.
I know, it was
And
like
so
right
it was.
afterwards. I was like, too soon? Whatever. Who cares?
Too soon. I wish Halloween fell during the
You
hurricane,
have
but
to,
this
I
is
know.
what it is.
I think it did, yeah.
so it was fine.
Heidi Klum had to cancel her party that year.
Oh no!
Last
The
week for
travesty.
I know.
Yeah.
So I think Halloween's always just a fun gay
Of
time.
course.
Everything's, you know, bobbing for
Very
apples
gay.
and mischief and, you know, I
I need
love
more
it.
of that in my life.
I know. I
Blake.
love it.
My gayest Halloween, sophomore year of college, the year that Wicked opened on Broadway.
Oh, God. Here we go with Wicked.
My haters, back off. So my girlfriend at the time, hold your laughter, and I
Same year as
helped,
me, by the way.
Yeah, helped.
I am cracking up.
Same girl, by the way, actually.
girl.
Same
So
girl,
Wicked.
poor
She's
girl.
just like,
Oh, so my girlfriend at the time and I built an Elphaba costume and a Glinda costume for our two best male friends. So they went as Glinda and Elphaba. I stayed boy and was Fiero, and my girlfriend at the time went as half man, half woman. Not from Wicked.
Well, that
just-
probably helped you that later that
it
evening.
was
You were like,
just-
turn to your left a little more.
And that was my first year on the Boulevard, like doing the Halloween.
exciting.
And so I was like, and that was legitimately the gayest thing
You never
that's
forget your
probably ever
first.
happened to me. And I was with my girlfriend.
I love both of ours are with a girlfriend. That's how you know you're gay when it just doesn't end at that night.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you don't seal the deal.
I actually now have thought of my gayest one.
Outside of dreams?
Outside of dreams, yes. Yes, back in South Carolina, I had a group of friends. We were all about Halloween, and we used to do group costumes.
Yeah, I love a group costume.
So one year, we went as old ladies. Another year, we went as the cast of Cats. But when we did that, we literally had to like, we had this contest of who would be the more creative cat. So that was fun. And then another year, we divided up into teams and we did couples. And two of my friends did Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. and my friend and I did Little Bo Peep and the Sheep, and I was Little Bo Peep.
Atta girl.
Aww.
My costume was sickening. I had the cutest like pink dress
And that wig.
and the wig was
I know it.
everything. And I found Mary Jane's that were heels at Payless.
Yes, you did.
You could
better
not
work.
tell me anything that year.
Ooh, I
And
need
a
a photo.
bonnet that was higher than a pageant contestant at Miss Continental.
Yes.
Y'all have inspired me. It might be more than just a wig this year. Is anyone going to the Carnival?
No.
In West Hollywood? I think I may go down there.
Hard no. Hard no.
I think I'm gonna go.
Been here too long. It's now you're gonna go. I feel
Yeah.
like now you're
have
gonna
to
go.
You have to go every couple of years. Like you skip a year or
skipping
two.
this
This is
year.
this
And
is
then
a
you go.
skip year. I
Last
think.
year
This is
was
skip year
just
for you?
parents and Riverside and
it's Monday
Bridge and
night.
Hey,
Tunnel,
Riverside.
strollers. Get out of here.
Yeah, I usually go. What I do is go. I drink at home. Oh, it's fun. Go so late that it's easier
That's
to move
scary
around and
now.
walk. Well, scary, yeah, but it's Halloween. Oh, I didn't
People are
mean it's too
like
scary. Yeah, that's
mugging
true.
people. And,
Yeah.
Well, not that late.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
doesn't go
I
out
wouldn't
that
go that
late.
late. I'm in
Not
bed
at, like,
12
2.
midnight. Yeah, let's
No.
be serious.
Oh.
Anyway, all right. So still no plans.
Yeah.
So
Are you
we're
gonna
going
be
to
here?
Halloweeny tomorrow. That's the big.
Yes, the big
Oh, now that
gay
is
men's
the gayest
chorus.
thing that you
now
can do.
that is,
Yes.
and that
That's
is
really
always
gay.
a good time.
That's
I
it.
do love that.
I never go.
That's a Good Friday. Like here it is.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
And
Yep.
then we're out.
Never go. I've never been to that. I think because it's so gay that I kind of avoid it.
Yeah, it's
that
a
bad?
lot. Well, it's just like it's a who's who of
Yes.
ghouls and gals. And
That's what it is. And everyone's always half naked. Like
Everyone's
Well,
it's
naked.
like,
except for this one.
I, well,
he's
it's
in
funny.
his-
I ran into Jay Rodriguez, who
Yes.
lives like down the street from me on the way to coffee, and I was like, "Am I gonna see you at the thing tomorrow?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, he's like, "What are you going as?" I'm like, "You know, the nun from The Conjuring." He's like, "Great talk, bye." I'm like, I always go with something scary. Everyone's always like naked and like
Yes,
body
abs
painted.
everywhere,
Well,
yeah.
it's abs. It's all spray.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
but it's always
I
like
don't have that talent either.
I
so-
could-
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, you know what? We'll have a girls' weekend.
Thank you.
and,
Dress
and
me
we'll
up.
and we'll figure out a costume.
Give me
for you.
abs and a lady wig, please.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
both
can't give
at
you
the same
abs.
time.
However, come
I can give you abs. I can draw on
Thank
some
you.
good abs.
Between the two of you.
Yeah,
Our powers combined.
I can't do that. I can do a good kegger for you.
Oh,
Speaking of scary things, I want to
Yeah.
talk about. I was going to say your career, but
my career.
What I
Yeah,
meant was.
that's fine.
how dare shade.
What I meant was stand-up comedy terrifies me.
Yeah.
But what is the? How do you deal with hecklers? I guess maybe is my real way to phrase the
Oh.
question. If you have them.
In case
I've
you all
had
don't
them.
know, Justin is
Yeah,
a paid
my
regular at both
apologies.
the Comedy Store and the Laugh Factory, and has headlined the
But how dare you
Improv
not
many
know?
times. Just wanted to.
Thank you. I just
Yeah.
assumed.
So popular.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like if somebody, you know, if somebody comes at you,
you go
just,
back at
I
them.
mean, that's how I was as a kid. I never got into like physical fights at high school. It's like if somebody like said something to me, I would just turn on the old mouth.
You would
and
clap back.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
mean,
the shade button has been so strong today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've had hecklers before. I mean, and some of them you're just kind of like shut up, and
It's
like
like,
the
why are you
audience will be
here?
like, yeah, like no. I mean, I've gone after some people,
But is
I
it
mean-
enjoyable or is it like annoying? Let's get it over with.
Oh, it can be both.
Depends.
It can be both. Like I've actually had to tell somebody, and they were just drunk, you know, and they just kept talking. That I've had to be like, dude, I really don't want to kick you out, but like I'm up here. It's like I'm not gonna go to your job and be like, ah!
Yeah.
But you
Well,
should.
you should, yeah.
But
yeah.
you should.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah,
Find
like,
out where they work.
You're in your cubicle, and I'm just by the water tank, like, bah, you call that a tie, Bill? Your wife's cheating on you. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
he's
that
like, who
needs
told
to
you?
happen.
Yeah. So I mean, it can
it's
be
a thing.
scary, but it's part of the. I love it. It's that adrenaline rush.
How do you find, like, I know that it's a big thing for women in comedy to be like, it's a struggle because it's a man's world. Do you find that as a gay man in comedy?
Good question. I definitely feel like we're getting to that point now where it's a little more acceptable, because I feel like, especially in the comedy world, there are just like a few people that straight America is like, oh, this is a gay person. They're funny.
Yeah.
And
it's
Yeah.
okay.
and clowny and cartoony
Right.
and like we want like a, you know,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
yes, Queen's Lake, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
And
right.
it's like, you know, I can get like that, but that's not necessarily like who I am as a performer. I like to get up there and be like, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people are like, you don't really mention that you're gay on stage, and I'm like, I didn't know there were rules.
Yeah.
And probably because you can tell.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like if I see a comic who gets up there and there's like, so I'm Asian, you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that's a good point.
It's like if a woman got on stage, she's like, well, I'm female.
Yeah.
And it also makes it sound to me like it's a crutch.
Sure.
Like it's like, well, I'm gay.
Right. Like if you're performing at a gay bar, maybe you can but if you to be well-rounded.
I'm like, here it is, and
experience.
I'm representing the community that I'm very proud to be a part of, and if I can if little kids can look up to me and think that I'm funny or whatever, it's like if I can do it, so can you.
Yeah.
And I feel like there needs to be more voices out there that aren't, I just feel like there's kind of like a handful of us right now that are just considered either comedians or there's not really like a mainstream one, and that's like a big thing right now in the gay comedy community is like, where's the gay comic? And it's kind of like, well, they're there. It's just, it's just a matter of like people accepting it and being like, oh, okay, they've been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Are there any, and you don't have to say their name, there might not even be, but any more famous comedians who are closeted? All right. And there's your answer, kids. Oh, that's exciting. All right.
I didn't say yes or no, but I don't think I had to.
Say
You said it all.
You gave a giggle that I love.
Well, listen, my mug was really close, so I took all of the tea.
Take a sip. Take a big sip of that
You know
tea.
what? It's kind of like everybody's journey
Of
is
course,
different.
of course.
So,
No shade to them, but
No, none at all.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, anything coming up you can plug before we go trick or treat?
If I had a nickel.
You only have 5 cents.
I know. I was on MTV's Acting Out season 2
Awesome.
this season. I'm going to be on Comedy Central's at midnight on November 16th, I believe. And you can just catch me around town.
Amazing. And where, I don't know if you said before, but where can we find you on social?
On Twitter, I'm at Just Martindale, Just Martindale, and then Facebook and Instagram, Justin Martindale.
Sweet. Well, thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes,
This was
thank you for
Spooky
being here.
spirit with us. Guys, you can find me on social media at Adam Salandra.
And you can find me on all social media at Lounger with Tony or my website, loungerwithtony.com.
And you can find me across social media at Blake McIver. And I always forget to tell you, I have a weekly variety show on YouTube. It's called Sip and Sing, and it's very fun. My co-host Mary Lane and I have a new cocktail every week and sing some silly songs.
Great costumes on this past episode.
Oh yeah, we did
Check
just
it
do a
out.
Halloween episode. So if you want to just search Sip and Sing, we're the only thing that comes up.
Lucky.
For now.
Leave us your comments, leave us your questions for next time, and have a very happy Halloween, y'all. Bye.
Have a spooktacular day.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.